What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2024 Raptor King of Top 250. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Xfinity Series heads to Super Speedway of Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 1.5 mile Super Speedway. The last time we ran a spring race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Austin Hill was able to pick up his second or third victory of the 2023 season. He looks to go back-to-back this weekend after winning last week at Daytona International Speedway. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather for this weekend is actually looking extremely promising. It's going to be 58 degrees the high with 32 degrees the low with a 0% chance of rain. Now, at the time of the start of the race, it's going to be extremely windy, which could affect these cars, but it's also supposed to be sunny as well. The positive thing is there's no weather in the forecast really for this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who have not been good on these types of tracks or are very unlucky. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers I expect to run really well in underfront equipment who are really good at these types of tracks. And I do my winners pick, the driver thinks is going to win the race overall, and then I do the drivers you need to watch out for. And for the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, I usually do 4 drivers you need to watch out for. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Here are my suck picks for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My first suck pick for this weekend at Atlanta is a driver of the 15 car for AM Racing, Hailie Degan. Hailie Degan did not have a good start to the season, as unfortunately didn't even make it to the end of stage number 1 and crashed and finished near the back of the pack. And historically, Hailie Degan has not been amazing at super speedway tracks in her racing career up to this point. So unfortunately, just like Daytona, I think she's going to get caught up in someone else's mess. It really isn't her fault. And I think, unfortunately, Hailie Degan will finish outside the top 25. I think she'll finish the race this time around, but I think she's going to get some damage in the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My second suck pick for this weekend at Atlanta is a driver of the 97 car for Kaulig Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane Van Gisbergen had quite an adventure in his debut where he ended up finishing in 12th position. However, he did cause a few incidents and a few wrecks. And Atlanta is much different than Daytona International Speedway. So I think that SVG is going to have some bad luck that's going to hit him at some point in this race. And I think that SVG, well, we know the Kaulig car has historically been really good at this type of track. I just don't think Shane Van Gisbergen is going to have the luck in the world. I sadly think he's going to get caught up in someone else's mess and finish outside the top 30 this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the underdog picks for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Atlanta. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway is a driver of the 32 car for Jordan Anderson Racing, Jordan Anderson. Jordan Anderson had a very impressive run at a Daytona International Speedway where he was able to finish in 4th position and get a top 5. And historically, Jordan Anderson is a very strong and really good super speedway racer. And I think that Jordan will actually have a very strong run this week. And I would not be surprised or shocked if Jordan's able to finish in maybe the top 10 or maybe even have a chance to get a top 5 with all the cars that Atlanta might bring for Xfinity. I think that Jordan Anderson could have a really solid and good run this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway is the driver of the 11 car for Kaulig Racing, Josh Williams. This is basically the 1-year anniversary, a little bit before that, of the Parkett situation, which landed him the opportunity to drive for Kaulig Racing in the first place. But Josh Williams is actually a very solid super speedway racer. Yes, he got caught up in the mess at Daytona, unfortunately, but I do believe that Josh Williams and the 11 team are going to bring some really strong pace and some really strong speed this weekend. I think he'll be a threat. I think he'll be a contender, and I think he'll have a really good chance maybe to get his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the Raptor King of Tough 250. Who is my winner's pick? The driver who I'm picking to win at Atlanta is a driver who's already won this season and a driver who's won Atlanta before, Austin Hill. This is a no-brainer. Austin Hill's been the best super speed racer in the Xfinity Series. 5 of his 7 career wins have been at these types of tracks. It's inevitable that he is going to win this weekend. He's, like I said, been extremely dominant and really quick. I think he's not only going to win, I think he is going to dominate and lead the most laps. Like, he didn't lead the most laps at Daytona, but I do believe that Austin Hill is going to be able to come across that line and pick up his second straight victory and start the year off on a really strong note by winning at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Austin Hill is my pick. So now we're going to jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Atlanta. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you should watch out for this weekend at Atlanta is a driver of the 2 car for Richard Childress Racing, Jesse Love. Jesse Love had a very solid debut where he actually won stage number 1 and led the most laps of everybody in the field. Unfortunately, got caught up in a mess in stage number 2. I don't think that's going to happen again. We know how strong RCR Super Speedway program has historically been at Super Speedway-like tracks. I think Jesse Love is going to be able to have a chance to potentially get his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory in just only his second start. My second underdog pick, one to watch out for this weekend at Atlanta, is a driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, John Hunter Nemechek. John Nemechek is the defending winner. He actually won the last time we were here in the summer, and John Hunter has been pretty solid at Super Speedway tracks in the Xfinity Series in the past. I believe John Hunter Nemechek will be very solid and a really good run with Joe Gibbs Racing. He's going to have to work with his teammates like Sheldon Creed and Chandler Smith to try to get up there, but I do believe that he'll be a solid threat and contender to potentially get his first win of 2024. My third driver to watch out for this weekend at Atlanta is a driver of the 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed, I think, has had 3 consecutive runner-up finishes in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and is looking to get his first win of his career. He's going to have to beat Austin Hill to get it done, but we know how strong that the 18 team has historically been. I think that Sheldon Creed will have a very solid opportunity and a really great chance with Joe Gibbs Racing to get it done. I would not be shocked or surprised if Sheldon Creed gets career win number 1 in the Xfinity Series this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the fourth and final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway is the driver in the 98 car for Stewart-Haas Racing, Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst has been getting better and better as a driver over the course of the last couple of years, especially near the end of last season. And he had one of the best cars in the Xfinity Series race at Daytona. And Riley Herbst has probably used a lot of his Cup experience from being on Super Speedways to really help him out this weekend. I think Riley Herbst will be a threat for the win. He ended up getting a penalty, but still came back and finished in the top 10 at Daytona. I believe that Riley Herbst will have a very solid run and will be somewhat of a contender and have a really great chance and opportunity to pick up his first win of 2024 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So, those are my race picks for the Raptor King of Tough 250. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Haley, Degan, Shane Van Gisbergen. My underdog picks are Jordan Anderson, Josh Williams. My winner's pick is Austin Hill. And the drivers you should watch out for are Jesse Love, John Hunter Nemechek, Sheldon Creed, and Riley Herbst. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be for the race picks for the Raptor King of Tough 250 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your thoughts below and your picks below for this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Tell me who your suck picks are, tell me your underdog picks, tell me your winner's pick, and let me know drivers you're also watching out for this weekend at Atlanta. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, I'm going to have the race picked for the Cup Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm also going to have the paint scheme video for all the paint schemes that have been released for this weekend. Then Saturday, we're going to have the NASCAR Xfinity Series and Truck Series race views from Atlanta. And then Sunday, we'll have the NASCAR Cup Series race view from Atlanta. Got a lot of great content dropping on the channel that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.